Lesson 2, for January 4th to 11th, 2020. From Jerusalem to Babylon. Brought to you by the Advent Band Ministry. Tuesday, January 7th. Firm resolution. Question. Read Daniel 1:7-20. We see two factors at work here: Daniel's free will, and the intervention of God. What important principle also exists here? Daniel 1:7-20. Unto whom the prince of the eunuchs gave names, for he gave unto Daniel the name of Belteshazzar, and to Hananiah, of Shadrach, and to Mishael, of Meshach, and to Azariah, of Abednego. But Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with a portion of the king's meat, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore, he requested of the prince of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself. Now God had brought Daniel into favor and tender love with the prince of the eunuchs. And the prince of the eunuchs said unto Daniel, I fear my lord the king, who hath appointed your meat and your drink, for why should he see your faces worse liking than the children which are of your sort? Then shall ye make me endanger my head to the king. Then said Daniel to Melzar, whom the prince of the eunuchs had set over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, prove thy servants, I beseech thee, 10 days, and let them give us pulse to eat, and water to drink. Then let our countenances be looked upon before thee, and the countenance of the children that eat of the portion of the king's meat, and as thou seest, deal with thy servants. So, he consented to them in this matter, and proved them 10 days. And at the end of 10 days their countenances appeared fairer and fatter in flesh than all the children which did eat the portion of the king's meat. Thus, Melzar took away the portion of their meat, and the wine that they should drink, and gave them pulse. As for these 4 children, God gave them knowledge and skill in all learning and wisdom, and Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams. Now at the end of the days that the king had said he should bring them in, then the prince of the eunuchs brought them in before Nebuchadnezzar. And the king communed with him, and among them all was found none like Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Therefore, stood they before the king. And in all matters of wisdom and understanding, that the king inquired of them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and astrologers that were in all his realm. It appears that the 4 Hebrew captives do not object to their Babylonian names. Most likely there is nothing they can do about it, apart from using their Hebrew names among themselves. But in regard to the food and wine from the king's table, it is certainly in their power to consume it or not. Thus, the free choice of the 4 men is very important here. However, if an officer can change their names, he also can change the menu. There are 2 likely reasons the 4 do not want to eat from the king's table. The first reason, the meals from the king's table may contain unclean meats, and a list of these animals can be found in Leviticus 11. And the second reason, the food is first offered as a meal to the god's image and then sent to the king for his consumption. Thus, when Daniel makes clear, without resorting to subterfuge or deception, that his request has a religious motivation, that is, the food at the palace will defile him and his friends, as we see Daniel 1:8, so, he is being very courageous. As we look into the interaction between Daniel and the Babylonian officer, a few important points stand out. First, Daniel seems to understand well the difficult position of the officer, so he proposed a test. 10 days of consuming the alternative meals should suffice to demonstrate the benefits of the diet and thus to put down the fears of the officer. Second, Daniel's certainty that the outcome would be so positive within such a short time span stems from absolute confidence in God. And the third point is, the choice of the diet of vegetables and water points back to the food God gave humanity at creation. Genesis 1:29, a fact that perhaps influences Daniel's choice, as well. After all, what could be a better diet than the one God originally gave us? Genesis 1:29. And God said, Behold, I have given you every herb-bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed, to you it shall be for meat. And to finish the day, read Daniel 1:9. What is so important about Daniel's free choice that opens the way for God to act as he does? Daniel 1:9. Now God had brought Daniel into favor and tender love with the prince of the eunuchs. What lessons can we draw from this about the importance of our choices? How should our trust in God impact our choices? This lesson was brought to you by the team at the Advent Band Ministry. Please remember to like our Facebook page, the Advent Band Ministry, and follow us on YouTube, at the Advent Band Ministry. And always remember, and he that winneth souls, is wise. Proverbs 11:30.